Welcome to Canada, where no matter where you live, as long as you're in an urban area, you are always within walking distance of a Tim Hortons. And look at this. Look at all this snow on my back lawn right here. And there's my igloo, the garage to my igloo. And right now I'm going to walk across the snow, all the snow in my back lawn, because look at all that snow. Look at that snow. I shoveled that shit. Look at this. There's my shed with all my snow shovels, my hockey equipment, and look at all these igloos. All these igloos covered in snow. Look at that. And this is the land where milk comes in bags. Goes through a complex process just to be able to drink it. You gotta take it out of the cow. You gotta put it in a bag. You gotta put the bag in a pitcher, and then you gotta put the milk in a glass. And look at that hot tub. You gotta have hot tubs when it's this cold out all the time. It's like negative 30 degrees no matter where you are. Like that always happens. It's always like that. Alright, so now that we've cleared up all those misconceptions, let's just dive right into these battles here. First one is against Kowalski. He is, for those who don't know, he's probably one of the OGs of Pokemon. One of the first people to start posting vids. He's been playing this game for about 4 years, so I'm definitely going to be in for a challenge. I do have a very horror OU team right here. Um, Anyways, let's just dive right in. He's got a Frost lead, and I've got Gliscor. Obviously, stab times 4 super effective move is coming. So I go to my Bronzong here, and he actually tricks me, which is awesome because I'll just trick him back, and I'll get my Iron Ball back, and I can give it to something else. But he decided he wanted to trick back too. So that's a triple trick right there, and I've never seen that before. So right now we decide, okay, well, we both obviously want this trade back, so I decide to let him finish up the trick as I just lay down a Toxic on him. So I've got my Iron Ball and he's got his Scarf back and he's Toxic, and that's where we are. So he's probably fearing a Gyro Ball or something, so he goes into Fortress to resist, and, he's kind of, Steel type. So, and he's got massive defense, so that would do basically nothing. So I just went for Hypnosis and actually landed on the Fortress, which isn't the best thing to get asleep, but it's not the worst at the same time. He brings in Infernape, and that's obviously going to wreck Bronzong with some kind of stab fire move. So I'm going to get out of there, go to Empoleon. Kind of a bad switch for me, actually. I don't really have a ton for Infernape on this team. I pretty much have to outspeed it, and I pretty much have to get a free switch on it. So I go to Empoleon, take the Overheat, and for some reason I thought he'd be all special, but even all special apes carry close combat, so I was kind of hoping for a Focus Blast miss or something, but no, he just has close combat like he should have, which I just completely ignored. So I'm going to go to PZ because that's my only thing that I have that can really outspeed it effectively. And I'm just going to go right for Tri Attack, even though I know he has Frost Lass. I could have went for T-Bolt. I probably should have went for T-Bolt, but, you know, lesson learned. Nothing really bad came out of it. I'm going to switch to the PZ and go back into Bronzong, expecting a Toxic or maybe a Surf or something, or even Frostlass to come back in, which it does. So he's in there with Frostlass, and I can't touch that thing since it's already statused, and he can obviously just trick me right back, and I don't want to trick myself a Scarf. He just went for D-Bond. I guess he was expecting me to Gyro Ball again, but I just switched out to PZ, and I didn't really have anything to do, and since I know he's Scarfed, he's stuck on D-Bond, so I'm perfectly happy with just stalling him out until his Frostlass dies to Toxic. Apparently he realized that, and I just decided, well, I may as well stay with Bronzong, just go for Toxics, but he goes out into a Nidoqueen. Finally, he sets up Stealth Rocks. Finally, somebody gets them up. And he doesn't want to stick around against the PZ, so he switches out to Fortress. I just went for Tri-Attack again, even though I know he's got Frostlass still, simply because I don't really care if it comes in, because it doesn't look like it's going to have an attack at this point. I've seen Trick, Destiny Bond, and, well, I guess he might have an Ice attack, but it's probably not going to be very powerful. He's probably going to be mostly speed. The Tri-Attack doesn't do as much as I thought, but certainly enough to 3-hit KO. And I guess he tried to stay in and blow up, maybe, I don't know, trying to wake up to blow up, but, it didn't really work out for him there. And he's going to save it for fodder later since he knows that I'm Scarfed, and he can salvage it by going into a Ghost type to dodge the normal attack, which is a good play. And here he starts laying up spikes as I just stayed in with Tri-Attack, expecting him to continue debonding. And now I realize he's going to set up on me, so I can't allow that whatsoever. So I'm going to go into my Dragonite while I can, since I know he can't debond now. This Dragonite unfortunately doesn't have Dragon Dance, so I can't set up on the switch. But I can hit the switch with something really powerful. I just went for Flamethrower right off the bat, because I didn't want to lower any stats with Superpower or Draco Meteor, and I didn't want to go for Priority because that would be dumb. So now, however, I see the Nidoqueen in there. I know I'm going to be faster, even though I am slow as dirt. So I'll be able to take it out with a Draco Meteor, and yeah, that's a good KO for me. I've seen a lot of people using Nidoqueens lately, and I guess it's because the Xerxes super team used one, and people realized how good it is. In comes the Ape, and obviously fearing HP Ice, but there's not really a lot I can do about Ape. Like I said, I pretty much have to get a free switch in on it and hope that he stays in. So I'm just going to go for an extreme speed, expecting him to be faster, which he probably was. And he hits me with the Stone Edge, and that's going to take out my Dragonite. So this Ape is looking like it's all physical pretty much, except for Overheat. Maybe he's just like completely mixed. I don't know. And I pretty much have to go to PZ to, get the jump on it. And I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt this time because he does have Frostlass and he does have Melodic, so that's going to wreck some shop, especially since his ground type is down in Nidoqueen. And in comes this Crobat, and I wasn't sure he'd be faster because I am Scarfed, but that thing's like base 130 speed, and I am modest. However, I am faster by a considerable amount once I looked it up. I was actually kind of shocked. And he went for Roost, knowing that I'd be faster. I guess he knew that, and I actually get an unfortunate paralyze because now that thing's most valuable asset, its speed, is completely nullified. So that really sucks for him. And now he's got a switch. He's going to go to Fortress, his fodder, and that's going to not be able to take a T-Bolt very well. It's going to go down. And I'm at a pretty good advantage right now. It's looking like I'm in the driver's seat. I just got to kill a few key guys, and then it's pretty much game. In comes the Melodic. I guess it's going to be able to take a T-Bolt fairly well. It's not going to do it the greatest, but it will do it fair enough. He goes for a recover. I guess he's just scouting how much damage it would do, and he's figured out now that I'm modest and not timid, and now he's got to decide what he wants to do about me. So I'm just going to continue going for Thunderbolts until I'm threatened because I'm Scarfed. I'm in here. I'm set up. I don't want to let that ape get a free switch in and a free hit, and actually get another paralyze here. He does get fully para-hacks there. Um, I was fully content with staying in there. If he wanted to keep recovering, I'd keep T-bolting. Eventually, I was going to get a crit or a para-hacks. It just happened really early, which really sucks for him. It's kind of unlucky, but you got to be lucky to be good. That's pretty much a Canadian saying, uh, and referring to goalies in hockey. In comes this Crobat again. It's not going to be able to do a lot. It's probably going to just Brave Bird me and finish me off, or try to finish me off. It does hit me with Brave Bird, but it's not going to do too much. I guess I'm not sure what kind of investment he has. It doesn't quite take me out, and he's going to die to recoil. So he's only got one guy left, and it's the Infernape. So I am faster than that, and that's going to be good game to Kowalski. So, like I said, he's one of the OGs. He's one of Xerxes' best friends. It was just like I said, like always, it was certainly an experience to battle him because he's pretty much one of the pioneers of the metagame. He's been playing it for 4 years off and on. So it was definitely a fun experience, and I kind of feel bad about whoring, but I did not want to look like a nub against one of the all-time greats of the game. Anyways, we are going to move along into the second battle here in a second. The next one is against Malcin Roddy, 2007. Malcin, whatever you want to call him. He is somebody who, if I had to pick like a father figure for everybody, I would pick Malk because he's just always there. He's always got these funny quips to say, all these funny lines, and he's an all-around good guy. So Daryl is his name in the game, and once again I got Gliscor, which Gliscor is turning out to be a bad lead. It's weak to a lot of common leads like Swampert, Frostlass, etc. And I always find that I'm switching out into Bronzong, so maybe I should just lead with that. I don't know. Anyways, dodged the obvious Ice Beam pretty much by going to Resist in Bronzong, and now he's going to go into Entei as I go for a Toxic. Um, Swampert's going to be a huge problem for this team because it doesn't even have a Grass move. I really should have Hidden Power Grass on my Porygon Z, but instead I've Hidden Power Ground, I think, because I'm dumb. Anyways, even Empoleon doesn't have Grass Knot, it has Feather Dance, because I thought that would be funny. So, fearing Flamethrower, I'm going to go to Pingu here. Empoleon, and now I threaten back with a stab super effective move of my own. So he's going to go into Hitmontop, as I think I just go for a Feather Dance right now. Yep. So that thing's not going to be close combating me for any significant damage anytime soon. So I feel kind of safe to just stay in and do something, but I don't have anything to do. Like I could hit it with a Surf, but it wouldn't do anything since I'm not in torrent range and I have barely any special attack. So I just go to Gliscor and look at how much that close combat does. That's a stab 120 base power move. So I guess it would be 180 base power move after stab. Anyways, I set up Stealth Rocks and he predicts that nicely. He goes right for Rapid Spin before they were even up. So, good play, Malk. And now he's going to go into Jolteon as I go for another Toxic because this team is Toxic Stall, not really. It's got a lot of things that aren't Toxic Stall, but it has to have Toxic to stall out Swamperts and things like that. So even though I expected HP Ice there, so I went to Empoleon, and now Thunderbolt is really, really expected. So I'm going to go right back into Gliscor, and I'm pretty much going to Toxic Stall this thing behind the sub as best I can. And now I'm predicting him to predict the switch back to Empoleon, so I'm going to stay in and set up my Stealth Rocks, and that works out nicely. And now he's probably going to just go for an HP Ice or whatever he's got. So I'm going to go to Bronzong because Bronzong can take it even though it is Pataya boosted. And Bronzong does take the hidden power. I'm not sure if that was Ice. It probably was Ice. And that's a good game for Jolteon. See you later. Didn't really get to do a lot even with its Pataya. I just predicted all around him as like a monster. So in comes the Pert again, and I'm not really sure what he wants to do. I want to talk to that thing because that's the only way I'm really going to be able to kill it, unless I blow up on it, which I think is what I actually end up doing. I lived the Hydro Pump at 20 hit points, managed to blow up, and that is really awesome because Explosion is really, really broken in 4th gen, in the sense that it halves their defense, so it's pretty much a 500 base power move. Kind of broken in my opinion, but I'll take it. It's a free kill on that Swampert, and I only lost 20 hit points for it. So on the double down, I decided to go into Machamp because it's really, really annoying. This is a bulk up Resto Chesto set because I thought that would be really awesome. And here, I did not expect that to do it nearly as much as it did. And then here, I decided to stay in because I figured after the bulk up, I could probably live another one. I'm not sure if that thing's scarfed or banded or whatever, but damn, that did a lot. Maybe it's because I don't have any defense whatsoever, but I am max HP, so I figured I could take it a bit better. He 2-hit KOs me. That really sucked. So I go into this Porygon Z, and I'm going to just go for Tri-Attack with my Scarf. And I'm actually surprised that I won't hit KO that thing. That thing has massive HP. Its special defense is a little bit lacking. It leaves a little bit to be desired, but I figured it would be able to live one, and then I wasn't sure what I was going to do. He goes back into Hitmontop, and I'm not too scared of this thing. I'm not sure what his thought process was. Maybe he thought I guess he thought he could close combat, which I guess is what he's going to do. I guess he predicted the switch, though, and he goes for a Rapid Spin. So I guess he thought he'd scare me off, but no, not the case. I'm going to just stay in, and now he's going to go for Mach Punch just to get whatever damage he can on me. He's just going to fodder off this Hitmontop because it's kind of useless at that health since it doesn't have reliable recovery. And I'm looking pretty good. I'm in here, Porygon Z doing work again. This thing's definitely my MVP so far in these first 2 games. I do have a lot of battles with this team. I actually only lost like 1 time, and that was because the guy knew my team, Mike. And Entei's not going to be able to take a hit very well. It's going to be able to hit me with a Flamethrower, which will be enough to finish me off, I think. Yes, it will, but it did take a buttload of damage from that Tri-Attack, and I've got a lot that I can do to it. Gliscor, not really an option because he does have Flamethrower, and I have no special defense on that thing, so I'm just going to go to Empoleon. Lots of HP, it's neutral to Flamethrower, because it is Water Steel, and I'll be able to hit it back with a Surf. And that's going to leave him with one last thing, which I haven't seen yet, I don't think, and because I haven't seen it, I know it's going to be annoying as hell to take out, because why else would he save it for last? So in it comes, and it is a Yanmega. So because it's probably got speed boost, it's probably going to be really annoying to take out. So he goes for hidden power. I'm not sure what hidden power that was. I just went for Ice Beam because it is part flying. And yeah, it's going to do a decent chunk. It's not going to quite take it out because Empoleon, like I said, is really, really weak, especially attacking. Even though Yamega is weak on the defenses, Empoleon is really, really weak. So I'm going to try and save it. I'm just going to go to Gliscor to take whatever it is, and he actually has HP Electric. I wasn't really expecting that. I thought it'd be, I don't know what I thought it would be. If it was super effective, maybe fighting? I don't know. That's kind of a dumb thought. But because Gliscor came in, he's not going to get any recoil, and here he goes for Air Slash, which actually ends up missing. I decided to go for Superpower just because I wanted to get a KO with the ×4 resisted move. Could win for E-Speed, didn't really matter, he missed, so that's a good game, Malk, and this is going to conclude my all-Canadian special featuring two undoubtedly badass Canadian monsters, so that was a ton of fun. I want to thank them both for playing, and right now I'm going to go outside and get some Tims, and I'm going to put on my coonskin hat, shovel my driveway, uh, put some more snow on my igloo because, the sun melts it sometimes, and while I'm doing that, I guess I'll run to this video, and until next time, guys, I will see you later.